Hello, Sir Richard. So, thank you for sending me this information. So I'm going to take a look at your account, see what I find, and take it from there. So, okay. So, we have trailer rental service. And initially, already, okay, you're in Los Angeles, you're in Irvine, California. And we have a budget of $2 daily on average. It's $61 monthly budget. Assets. Let's see what we got here. So, we'll test different headlines, images, landing pages, business info. Okay, so like initially off the back, I'm trying to figure out, okay, so you do have a Google profile, you have a couple reviews, open 24 hours, you have a Facebook, you have a Google site, it looks like, and we have a little bit of information, get quote call now, picture, which is probably a stock photo, a couple real photos it looks like, or maybe not, these do look real. Open 24 hours, call now. Let's see if we have any menus, testimonials, which is probably a landing page version of that. And let me take a look at, so if I click here, and the reason I'm looking at like your other quote unquote assets online is I want to know if I'm a customer. There's this scale. There is certainty and then there's uncertainty to solve my problem. So let's say I need a trailer rental. I want to be certain that if I call Solomar Trailer Rentals, I will get a legitimate business with legitimate credibility and they'll be able to solve my problem. So all this stuff, all the online reviews, the website, the pictures, the phone number, even the amount of reviews you have, the website itself as a design standpoint, these are all answering that question. All these different platforms, right? If I click them here, they're answering that question. Now, I highly doubt anybody is really gonna like go through all of these things because there are many competitors out there that they can just back out and pick another one. But they do serve as an additional way of not convincing, but of portraying that you're a legitimate business with legitimate, experience and stuff. So it looks like everything's kind of a little bit over the place. So like you have a TikTok, you have a website, you have a Instagram, but see, like your Instagram is your best bet of you want everything to be cohesive. So if they go to your website, you want to have all the information about your everything, about how to get to everything else. If you have information on your Yelp, you want to how do you get to everything else. So like even here, we don't have a way to link back to the site. We don't have a way to. Oh, it would just be the site for this specific place. And then here, it's like I think content is really good. It's just like how do we get it all in one place so that it's not a potential customer doesn't have to search and scour the web to find it. They can just go to your site and be like, oh, okay, this is what they do, this is what they offer, perfect, let me call them. And with that being said too, like I still don't necessarily know what we do here. Solomar Trailer Rentals, proudly serving Orange County and surrounding areas at an affordable price. Messages for your trailer needs. Ooh, a Subaru. Track ready Subaru on trailer, track event messages. So like all of these, I would of course include a phone number and a website. And so it says, sorry, equipped with winch, straps, low car ramp, Solomar Trailer Rentals. Trailer went over the weekend to get this. So then it becomes a question of like, well, how many trailer rentals do they have? How do you, so I see this up here. Car hauler rate. So what's the pricing? Monday through Thursday, 20 hours or $75 a day. Friday, 24 hours. Call or text us. Solomar Rentals, Español. Valid driver's and vehicle insurance. 100 refundable deposit. So yeah, my question would be like, well, how many are offered? Do you have one? Do you have two? Do you have 10? Do you have 100? So, okay. And then the website, this is pretty much what a Google business site looks like. And, okay. So, the reason I look at all that before I even talk about your Google ads is because the Google ads is just one piece of the puzzle. The Google ads is connecting a potential customer to your business, but everything else has to also be up to par. So your business has to be up to par. Your website needs to be up to par. Even the customer that you are reaching needs to be up to par. So like for instance, we don't want to target people who aren't actually interested in a trailer rental or that aren't in Irvine or Orange County, California. Like they have to be available or else it's not a match. Therefore, we're not spending our money correctly. So, okay. And so to break down the ad side, with that being said, I mean we don't have enough content on here. We have a photo, a video on the landing page with images. Like we should definitely add your logo. If you don't have a logo, we should probably get one created and added. All these things help. Like I said, they all help. Especially if your competition isn't doing it. It's like the way you stand out is just doing what everyone does, just better. Ad text. So I don't understand. Do they write it out? Okay, here we go. Rent your car hauler. Trailer rentals made easy. Haul with ease. So 3 headlines. Rent a car hauler today. Affordable rates. Letters and need trust. So okay, so this is kind of similar to the other way. So like, it's the most basic of basic ads. It looks like we have one call from this, and I actually think it shows you the details here. So it was 0 seconds long. So of course that means it wasn't a legitimate call. Can I do all time? I can. So there's been maybe one call March 26th that was 2 minutes long, 857 clicks, and I want to look at more data here. So there's some calls. Search terms. Here's what we want to look at. So here are the keyword themes. Let's see what you guys have. Trailer rental service, car hauler, flatbed, Orange County trailer. Okay, these seem good enough. Okay, so we got some negative keywords. Nice. RV rentals, car rentals. So there's specific types of trailers that you don't want to come up for. That's really good. And then here we have trailer rental. So let's just see what happens if I put in trailer rental. Book your trailer rental, reserve a trailer, semi-trailer rental, trailer rental. Okay, so I think this would be a good keyword. Let's go here, back to your ads. Car trailer rental. Car hauler trailer. Trailer for rent. Trailer for rent. That one's a little bit... like, couldn't this be like a mobile home type thing? Like these type of trailers? I guess they go both ways. Car trailer rental. Cheap used trailer, car trailer. So this is like if somebody wants to buy car hauler rental, trailers for rent, flatbed trailer rental, RV rental excluded, U-Haul trailer. So I mean, it looks like the keywords aren't necessarily that bad if I'm understanding your business correctly. Like it looks like you are, for the most part, getting things within your range. So I would say 1, 2, 3 car trailer, cheap used car trailer. So like these up here, like the ones that have the most clicks, I would think these are a good match. And then of course you're gonna have like a ton more down here that are variations of it. And it looks like you guys do come in here and add negative keywords to it. But this is the smart campaign. So like the keywords themselves I think are good. I think where you can improve are the ads themselves. So like add as much as information as you can. And also any assets. So like the images, add any images you can. And here, I would you can make these better. Like you can make them specific to Orange County. So if I look up car trailer rentals, Orange County. So it's easy to get RV rentals, which is not necessarily that. Trailer rental and toy RV rental, Orange County. Orange County rental. So RV should be a negative keyword too. Let's go back to this. Nope. There we go. Is there a category on this? It doesn't say like what type of business this is. So from an SEO standpoint, you should probably add a Google category that says what what category you are, because it helps Google specify like when do we want this to pop up. Car hauler trailer rentals. So this is your guys' specific car hauler trailer rentals. Okay. Car hauler. I see. So you guys are doing this. Oops. Car hauler trailers. So this is probably the money maker keyword right here. This is exactly what you guys do. So, okay. So there's a couple ways we can go about this. So number one, I probably would not do the smart campaign, because not only is it's not always a search campaign. Sometimes they're going to be display campaigns. And so display campaigns aren't necessarily the same thing as search campaigns, and I don't think they're nearly as effective. So we are in expert mode? Yes, we are. So how about if I want to create a new account? So I'm not going to actually create it for you, but I'll make the skeleton. Whoa. Never mind. Who am I now? Oh, I don't want to be smart campaign. There we go. Switch to expert mode. Okay, cool. So now we get a little bit more data. So it's calling $1.78 per click. We spent $17.82. Let's do all time. We spent $898. Started back in the first quarter of 2002. So we've been spending for a while, but the budget has been pretty low. So for a whole quarter, for a whole 3 months, you're only spending, $200. And what I would do there is, depending on what you make off of this type of service, is how you can price your Google ads. So for example, if you rent, I think it was $75 here, $75 a day, and you are able to, rent it out. Let's be super reasonable here, or like not crazy. Say 10 times a day, so that's $750. But do you have one trailer? Do you have two trailers? That's where it matters, because then if you have two trailers, then you're making $1,500. If you have three, you're making $2,250. You have four, it could be up to $3,000 if you rent each one of them for 10 days. So let's say you have four. I don't know, so I'll need to know how many trailers you have, and you have $3,000. Then I would at the very least do $500 in ad spend on a monthly basis, just because you're able to. It's kind of like, what's a good analogy here? It's kind of like, let's pretend you're learning how to play basketball, and let's say you go to the gym every day, but you only take 2 shots. You go to the free throw line, you shoot it once, then you grab it, you come back, you shoot it again, and then you're done practicing, and then you come back the next day and you do the same thing. And you do that every single day for 365 days. Like, you are making progress, and you can get results that way over time, but you're better off spending, 100 shots when you go to the court, and then do 100 more shots. Like, it's just about reps. So the more reps you get, you're basically speeding up time. The problem is you have to have the budget to do so, but it would be beneficial if you can raise your budget at least, to $10, $15 a day, in my opinion, if it's there. If it's not there, what we can also do is we can do ad scheduling. So instead of doing Monday through Sunday, you could just pick 3 days and kind of combine those other days. So by removing 3 days, you can take the budget for those 3 days and put them within the other 4 active days. Just, again, it'll give you a better opportunity to capitalize on A, certain days, and B, to put more reps within that one day, because it's just faster that way, in my opinion. Even though, you're not necessarily adding more, you're just adding more to each day, but I think there's something to it. And also, the problem is, if you're doing $2 a day, like, you run out of your budget very fast. So if it's, let's say 7 a.m., right, and your ad starts by 8 a.m., it might be done, because each click costs you $1 something, it said. So after you have 2 clicks, like your budget's done for. You only get 2 clicks per day. And we can actually look at that. Let's take a look. Let's do last 30 days. And let's do clicks. Yeah, so on average you're getting on average you're getting 2 clicks. So we really can't compete like that, because that's like we're gonna take a couple of days off from the shooting the basketball, and then we're gonna come and shoot, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Like, these days are better, but we have to get a little bit more. Impressions are actually not too bad for 2 days, but because it's a smart campaign, I don't think it's gonna be the best. It might be some display kind of stuff. So okay. So here's how I would do it if I were you. If you had, if you can't do this. So I would do website traffic, because this is like the proven, has existed forever, since 2006. This is the first type of Google Ads they've had, and it still remains the most dominant version of it. As I would create a website traffic campaign. I would also create a website, even if it's a simple landing page. So I have this lawyer client here that we run ads for, and it's super simple. It's a 1-page website. It just says, call us, a little bit about us, here's our reviews, a little bit more about us, this is where we are, submit a form or call us. Like, that is the whole point of this website. So you don't have to have like a whole, 10-page website or 5-page website with all these graphics and things like that. Like, a simple 1-page landing page with an actual domain makes a huge difference, because now you can be taken more seriously, instead of using like a business.site thing here. Like, it is less trustworthy to go off of something like this. It just is. It's kind of like if somebody contacts you, let's say Facebook contacts you and it says fb@gmail.com. Like, this is not as legit. If it said support@facebook.com, it's like, oh, okay, this has to be them, because that's the domain. So I would highly recommend getting a website, even if it's something super simple, so that it becomes easy to send like everybody to one place. Because even on your TikTok, even on your Instagram, it could still serve for that. So we're gonna do a search campaign. We're gonna do a select ways you'd like to reach your goals. Oh, your website. We'll call this general search. And we're not even really doing anything fancy. We're just doing like best practices. So it's going to ask us for conversions. I'm going to say clicks, because we don't know what a conversion is yet. Don't include search partners. Don't include Google Display, because that is just extra stuff. We want to make a search specific campaign. So we don't want people interested in. We want people who are actually in our area. So enter a location. So we're going to do, let's see if your business profile pops up. No. So we're going to do a radius. We're going to do Orange County. Hopefully that looks right. We'll save it, and then we're going to go down here. So here are the keywords. This is pretty much like the most important part. One of the most important parts in the process. I have an SEM Rush tool that I can use to get really good keywords, but it's going to take a whole while. So let's see what they give us here. We're not going to do that. So we're going to take the one keyword that you had on your Google profile. Or it was somewhere, I don't know where it was. Oh yeah, it was your Google profile. Car hauler trailer rentals. So actually, I'm going to stick this in my keyword planner here. Might as well, right? And it's going to give me a list of all the best keywords that they find as far as volume, as far as what it costs, and the trend. Well, actually, we don't care too much about the trend. We're going to put it anyways. And then like what it is, right? So transactional means that they actually want to buy or they want to use the service if they're looking up this keyword. So I'm going to take a couple and I'm going to make a phrase match. So phrase match means as long as this phrase is in the search query, your ad will pop up. If I don't put parentheses, or if I don't put quotation marks, then it's super broad. So anything closely related to that keyword will pop up. And if I put the brackets, these, then it'll be an exact match. So it has to exactly be that. So we're going to be like right in the middle. and do the quotation. So let's do a couple more keywords. So like this is a pricing strategy or pricing keyword, which is good because like if someone's looking up the day, they want to know, okay, you know, how much is it per day? And that's something else you can add on your ad. You can add $75 per day. Like if that's a competitive pricing metric, having that on the headline is like super smart. Car rental U-Haul. So that's for U-Haul. It's not necessarily wrong to do competitor bidding. Like we're using their name to bring traffic to us, but I wouldn't do that with a small budget like this, because then you might end up spending all the money helping U-Haul, you know, and we don't want to do that. So let's put a couple more. Gotta do some near me's. And now these are just variations. So I'm just going to leave it at this. So super basic. There's probably other categories that we can go after. I'm just going over the main category that I found on your Google profile. But it would be wise to go and add additional phrase match keywords that match your thing, your business. So I'm assuming this is your number. Since it's already on here, I'm going to apply it. Always add that. Okay, so I'm going to go to my other tool over here, and I'm going to create a headline, some headlines here. So the company name is Solimar Trailer Rentals. Solimar Trailer Rentals. They rent out car hauler trailers in Orange County, California. All right, and I mean I don't have too much information here to get, so let's see what kind of information we get here. So rent car hauler trailers in Orange County. So again, this is saying where we are, what we do. Of course, it's too long. OC, hopefully that's a thing. Safe and convenient. Again, I'm not putting too much thought into this. Premium car hauler trailers for rent. Perfect. And it's standard practice to make these things. Make car hauler trailers for rent. That's not really a good one. Most of these are too long. So maybe we can just do this. Affordable car hauler rentals. We kind of have to mess with the words because we don't have that much space. Whoa. We could do a brand name one. I'm not gonna do all. There's still probably like 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna leave those. Get trailer welcomes for your classic car. So I'm just gonna stick some of these in there. Just gonna leave 2 images. It'd be good to add images, site links. You don't really have any site links to add. Call outs would be good to add, but we're just gonna leave that as is. So if I had to give you a budget, I mean, what is this telling? So weekly clicks at $11.67. Average cost per click is $5.62, quote unquote. Like, you don't really know until you put it to the test. I would say that it's probably more. I'm sorry, less than $5.60, but it's probably more than what you're paying. The $1 whatever, because I think that is just I think that is if you have the display. So you're probably getting a lot of clicks from display, and it's bringing that number down. And yeah, I mean, if we can do $10 a day, $15 a day, that'd be more competitive. Even if you only run it like whenever you think it's most needed, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever that breakdown may be. But yeah, I would recommend it to be a little bit more competitive. So I'm gonna add this, but I'm not gonna activate it. So I'm gonna again. What the hell? That was weird. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause this thing. So you can go in there and you can you can change the budget, add keywords, never use it. But that is how that I would think, like, between what you have now and doing that, I would say that's like at least like a 25 to 40% increase in quality of clicks for sure. Where you're gonna get an issue is that you're still gonna send traffic to this website, and unfortunately, like, this just isn't going to cut it. Because what happens is, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do quick research, right? So like car hauler rentals. So I'm going to use the first three here and then the first three here, okay? So if we just look, like, okay, this is literally a complete website. If I look here, again, I mean, it's nothing special, but it's a legitimate website with a domain, with many pages, finance, so that's probably to buy. Rent. I mean, this color is nice or whatever. Come over here. I mean, not the best, but like you could tell it's actually a site with the logo, with the domain, trailerwheel.com. Come over here. I mean, this, honestly, this is kind of bad, but it tells you, hey, how much is it? Here's some call outs. Here's the rest of our stuff. We have an office. Give us a call. Like, here's the address. So, like, it just gives you more than what your site currently is. Same thing here. Call or text. Then, of course, U-Haul. I mean, they have brand power, so that's not going to matter. So that's just the realities of online competitiveness. And so I highly recommend you either getting a landing page, or if you want, you can go get a full standard site. If I had to give you some options, I don't know, because you can build something like this on Square for like $30 a month indefinitely, but you still have to design it, and designing it is not necessarily easy, but Squarespace is a good place to do it, at least to get started. So that is my 30-minute audit. I hope that helps. If anything, I left you with a paused campaign that you can try out. You don't have to. And at the very minimum, I would update the ads, use some of the headlines that I wrote. I would add images. I would up the budget if you're going to stick with the Smart campaign. So there you go, sir. Hope that helps in some way or another. Thank you for the time. Goodbye.